Hey guys, it's Riley back with another market update. Before we get into it, if you like these videos, if you find them informational, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. We very much appreciate it. Let's get right into inventory. This week we have 11,243 active listings on the market, and that is up from last week's 10,304 active listings on the market. That is a 9.1% increase week over week, as we are seeing continued increases week over week, such as this. Again, this is because of interest rates and the Fed basically forcing people out of the market. They continue to raise interest rates, which continues to drive down demand, which continues to increase supply because not as many houses are being bought. So this is what we're seeing, another big increase in inventory. Again, this is not surprising at all just because of what the Fed is doing. The CPI just came out, the Consumer Pricing Index, which basically shows how much inflation we are seeing, and it still hasn't peaked. And so what this does is it scares the market. Hey, we're still gonna see more and more inflation. We really wanted to see it peak back when it came out on Friday because that shows, okay, you know, the worst is over. But because it hasn't peaked, it went up. We're still seeing, you know, signs of it going up. So we're saying, oh no, the Fed's basically scrambling. They want to control inflation. That is their biggest job right now. And to do that, they continue to raise interest rates. They have another meeting coming up here shortly, so we'll see if that continues to happen. Most likely this will happen. I'm gonna show you a graph right now on the screen, and this is basically just a linear graph that I made in Excel, but kind of just shows you week over week increases in inventory, and you can really see, you know, it's just basically a straight line going up. This is, again, expected because of those interest rates. They can't control supply, so what are they gonna do? They're gonna control demand. And so playing with interest rates does that. And you can see by controlling demand, it does affect supply because not as many houses are getting bought up. You can see in this chart right here, active listings are up, and you can see compared to 2020, 2021, and then right now 2022, you can see that you know, that huge increase in the chart, and you know, really shows back to when the Fed started raising interest rates. So we're seeing the repercussions of that. This is planned again by the Fed because they want to control inflation, and to do that they need to raise interest rates. You can see on this chart back in 2020, you know, there's a big, almost like a camel's hump right there, and we were over 14,000 active listings on the market. That was a much more healthy market. Interest rates back then were probably in the 5s and 4s or 5s, but right now it's a lot more expensive because obviously house prices have gone up so tremendously since then. Just in the past year in the Phoenix metropolitan area, a lot of houses have gone up over 30%. So it was not a very healthy market. It was a very heavy seller's market, and we are coming back to balance. So we have to see these changes, and a lot of times it happens drastically in the beginning. As soon as we reach peak inflation, the Fed will stop raising interest rates. They'll most likely keep them there for a little bit just because they want to keep the market, you know, where it's at. They don't want to cause inflation, and as soon as it's under control, we will see a stabilization of listings on the market and a stabilization of the market itself when it comes to buyers and sellers. Next, we can jump into the Cromford report. Again, the Cromford report just shows how many buyers versus how many listings are on the market. Right now we're at 2.3 buyers for every listing. You can see that in the Cromford report here. It shows the market index, or the CMI, is going to be 230.8. That's where the 2.3 number comes from. It shows the demand index, which is 92.7. And again, you know, a neutral demand is between 90 and 110. And then supply index at 40.2. So again, we don't have a ton of supply. It's just going up a lot from where it was last year, and kind of over the past 18 months. It seems like, oh, we have so many houses on the market. There's still only, you know, we still have 2.3 buyers for every listing out there. So it's still a seller's market, still in the green area there, a red market, and the CMI would be more of a buyer's market, and yellow, of course, is more neutral, kind of 1-to-1. So we're seeing the CMI go down as well because it basically tracks the demand and supply within the real estate market here in the Phoenix market. Just practically within my own clientele, which I'm seeing people, obviously buyers, back out and say like, hey, this is too expensive, I don't want to buy. But those that are buying are getting either their contract accepted, they're getting, you know, all the contingencies within it. They, you know, they have the inspection period, the full inspection period, they can pay appraised price. If they're able to afford it, they find a house, hey, you know, we can afford $2,000 a month. Okay, well, let's go to the mortgage calculator, let's go to your lender, and let's see what price that is. Let's find a house within that price. And people are doing that. People are finding houses. If you need a house, you can still find it. It's just more expensive, right? You're getting a little bit less house now than what you would, you know, say a year ago, 18 months ago. But buyers are getting into their houses. Sellers, again, it's still a seller's market, not as much. You know, you're not going to get a 50 grand over ask. You know, I'm seeing really nice houses with multiple offers on them. You know, maybe 20 over, and that's for a really nice updated house. And then we're seeing corporations like these iBuyer corporations that are buying houses and reselling them for more. That inventory is staying on the market significantly longer than a normal house on the market that is listed by, you know, a typical real estate agent. Their strategy is they buy low and they sell high, even though their website says they don't do that. They do that on every single transaction that they conduct. And, you know, it's just basically showing them the real estate market is softening a bit. They're not going to be able to be as sustained by just inflated pricing. And we'll see, you know, some of these companies have been not very ethical in their business practices, so we'll see how long these companies are even around. Multi-billion-dollar corporations that could be gone in 18 months, in my opinion, just because of the way they operate their business and how poorly they really operate their business within the market, and they don't really have a lot of real estate market knowledge, just kind of seeing. They just don't show that they have a lot of real estate market knowledge, specifically here in the Phoenix market, just by what I'm seeing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you appreciated it, if you learned something, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. My name is Riley with Team CR Realty. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, go ahead and like it down below, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions, you can contact my partner and I. Our information is down below in the description. My name is Rhodes with Team CR Realty, where Arizona real estate is seen.